Honestly, it had every emotion, I think. I think I slammed my desk pretty hard. I got really animated, which I haven't done for a while, to be honest. I haven't really got animated, and I was feeling like it was just so up and down. It was very hard to regulate my emotions.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview. This time covering VCT Americas Stage 2 2025 for playoffs. My guest at this time is Immi of Cloud9, head coach of said team. This time coming off of their match against Leviatan, which they came out victorious 2-1 to thus move on forward in the playoffs and set up that match against Sentinels in the second round of the upper bracket. And so, Immi, thank you so much for the opportunity. Normally, we would see you guys come off of a match in playoffs after a loss, a welcome change, to say the least. So,
You're
um,
welcome.
as a matter of fact, I got to give you this quick fact. It's been 2 years since we've last seen Cloud9 win a playoff game in VCT Americas. The previous one happening in 2023 league in playoffs, and they won that earlier on in that phase. So, got to wait a long while for it to finally happen once again. And first and foremost, how are you feeling? What's going through your mind after finishing that match?
I mean, it feels great to win, but the whole match was just crazy. The first half of the first game plan wasn't going great. It was a bit like a G2 repeat. And then I had to use my second pause to get us the last two rounds of that half, which obviously helped us end up bringing that one back. The second map, Haven, damn, I don't know. We just froze up. We didn't re-clear. I think we thought we'd won the game, and then it was like, oh no, maybe we don't. We haven't won the game. Then the last map, the last pause of the game, I just said, like, guys, we've got this. Like, people were like, oh, we need to bring energy. I was like, no, no one needs to bring anything right now, because if we force energy, it's just fake. Like, we get 3 rounds, the energy will come. And that was the main thing, and then just letting us play how we've practiced. And for the first time, we really mastered how we've practiced on the attack side, Lotus.
Yeah, like it was definitely a roller coaster of emotions. I can only imagine what it must have been like for the players to have to go through all of this mess and have to orchestrate everything right at the moment. But for yourself as the coach, I mean, was it very frustrating, or is there anything that you can kind of say to like describe the emotions that you felt, amidst all of these three maps and how wild it has been?
It was for sure frustrating. Honestly, it had every emotion. I think I slammed my desk pretty hard. In that game, I got really animated, which I haven't done for a while, to be honest. I haven't really got animated, and I was feeling like it was just so up and down. It was very hard to regulate my emotions. But obviously in my tax, I'm calm and I'm nervous. But I'm calm and can just call what I need to call. I'm not nervous. But when we're just playing, I was all over the place emotions wise. Like it wasn't great.
Most definitely, looking into the comebacks on Kuroda and Lotus, do you see a similarity as to how you guys were able to orchestrate that? Looking into the player's mental, or they're sort of looking into the team strategy or adaptation of the strategy, given what Leviathan has been throwing at you guys. Is there any similarities, or is it different in both of those occasions?
I think it was different. Corrode was more like we messed up our first half of the game. And then it was just one of those. I think we got pistol, and it snowball. It started snowball, and we win the bonus. And once a team gets going like that, and they have good ult rounds, it's very hard to stop. So, and we all stayed calm. That was the biggest thing for me. Like, if we had lost this game, I know we stayed calm through the whole thing, which was a big change from previous big games, previous big playoffs. And it was also the same against G2. We stayed calm, and that's very important. And then Lotus, I think they won pistol. Second half, they won pistol and bonus, and they were 4-0 up against us. And I paused, and I was like, okay, let's start playing the game now. Let's start playing how we play. They've got this snowball out the way. Let's keep reading the game. We had a good read on. I'm not going to say, but if they did certain things, we knew where to go. We refreshed that in our minds, and like I said, people were talking about like, oh my god, like they were kind of like a little bit nervous, I guess, saying like, oh, we need to bring energy and we need to do this. I was like, no, guys, we don't need to do nothing. Just the energy will come. Just play our game slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely it did, and it happened in a very amazing way for this team to do that and finish this series with a victory. I mean, You already know the story about this Cloud9 team in playoffs. Starting off well, regular season, and then crash out in playoffs. So it was very very important, I would assume, for you to have to start this playoff run with a victory. And now you guys were able to make it happen. How significant is it for going forward and looking at how this team is going to perform, given that you finally got the first hurdle out of the way, overcome and all that.
I think it's massive. I think it's bigger than anyone realizes. If we'd have lost today, and then we had to go into that lower bracket, regardless of whether we're the better team than the team down there, it wouldn't mattered. We'd have been it'd been natural to be nervous, right? We'd be like, oh, we're going to do it again. We're going to lose again. So get this win, get over that hurdle, a lot of weight off our shoulders. We can relax a little bit. We can go into Sen. And we're the underdogs, and I think that works out for us. Every playoffs we've come into, everyone's been like, yep, C9 are going to win. C9 are going to win. And now, for some reason, we're the underdogs. And I think it's working well for us. I prefer to be the underdogs going into playoffs right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, given that like this is a match against Sentinels, and you guys already faced them roughly like a month ago. Um, how have you kind of prepared this team from that previous occasion, having to tweak things and go through the regular season? From then up until now, if there's one thing that you feel you had to kind of like work on the most between those 2 points, what would that one thing be for in your point of view?
Calmness. I think as soon as we lost that Sen game, it was like, okay, we're doing the same thing we always do. We've been so calm. We've worked on being calm and being positive and having good communication, and it broke down against them. And then against G2, we lost, but we played our way. And we were calm. And today, calm. I think that's the biggest thing. And we just got to go into this Sen game tomorrow. Just be calm, play our game. Hey, if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. But we go out to that game, we leave everything on the stage, and we play our way. We play how we've practiced, we play with calmness, and we play with positive energy.
Of course, that those kinds of words were echoing that from like Oxy, and I had a chance to talk to him at the end of the last match of the regular season the last week, and he mentioned about how the important thing is to just not let themselves or yourselves beat yourselves, because he views it as like we don't have to worry about any other team in playoffs. The only thing that we have to worry about is ourselves. Do you kind of feel like do you agree in that sense? It's just basically what you guys have to do more than what you guys have to do against the rest of the competition?
Yeah, I think so. I think like not taking anything away from any other team. They're all great teams. Well, everyone is a great team in Americas, apart from maybe Furia. But everyone's a great team. And even today, like the halves we were bad, it's because we made mistakes and we weren't playing how we know we can. But again, we were calm. So yes, I agree with Oxy. It's the same thing, and it's something that we've been really talking into and diving into, because playoffs are a big thing, and everyone was, how do you fix it? And I personally had to sit down and really think, how do I fix this problem? And it is putting in these fundamentals of our brain, of being calm, communicating always, the things that we can do as easy as breathing, we should be doing.
I want to ask you real quick about the comp switch on Lotus. Well, not really like comp switch, but more so agent switch, going for the raise from the neon. I want to know like what gave you the what made you decide to go for that switch?
I don't want to say too much, because we might still play this team again, and we may still play Lotus again, and no one knows what we're going to play. But I do think in general, switching up comps is good, and it's something we've been working on. I think a lot of the time, like last split, I think we got antied pretty hard, because we showed every single map that we had, and that's something that we've worked on here as well. I think switching little things up really helps.
Hmm. And with that said, now, as we mentioned, next match against Sentinels in the second round of the upper bracket. Now, roughly around, I believe, matches away from the desired, or I'm not sure how to say it, champions. What are your thoughts on the opponent ahead, and what do you feel gives you guys the edge for this upcoming a match?
Um, I don't want to say what's given us the edge, but you'll see tomorrow. But in general, again, just coming into this match, it is literally just about us being calm. I can't stress it enough. We just got to play our own game, and maybe we'll finally have a performance against them, because we seem to get wiped out by them every single time. Zelsis tries to get in our head. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But it's just going into this game, just being calm and just playing how we are, and get Michael Net to stand up and shout at them. I don't care if he looks stupid or he thinks he's looked stupid. Get up and shout. Everyone, just get up and shout. Let's just give it to them. Give them our best game.
And hopefully you guys are able to do exactly that. Amy, I can't thank you enough for giving me the opportunity for this one more interview. Congrats on the victory once again, and best of luck in the next round against Sentinels.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Pedro. It's always a pleasure.